Welcome back again today. The Kikuyu people, a Bantu-speaking community, resided in the highland region of south-central Kenya near Mount Kenya. These people have long played a significant role in shaping the cultural, economic, and political landscape of Kenya. The Kikuyu migrated into their present-day territory from the northeast during the 16 to 1800s. They would share their ancestral ties with other neighboring groups. The ancestors of the Kikuyu migrated to Kenya and settled around Mount Kenya, integrating with the Gumba people. The Gumba, skilled hunters and craftsmen, imparted knowledge of iron making and pottery to the Kikuyu. As their population grew, the Kikuyu dispersed across the slopes of Mount Kenya. Initially, their livelihood relied heavily on agriculture, particularly the cultivation of millet, peas, beans, sorghum, and sweet potatoes. Over time, they adapted to modern cash crops such as coffee, maize, and various fruits. They would also engage in animal husbandry, which held significant socio-economic importance. While some adopted pastoralist practices akin to the Maasai, others pursued activities like hunting and honey collection, reflecting the diverse economic pursuits within the community. Socially, the Kikuyu are organized into local units called Mbari. These units would be headed by males, alongside 9 clans and numerous subclans. Age also played a crucial role in their political structure. Initiation ceremonies would make the transition of boys into generation groups that historically held power for extended periods. Political authority is vested in councils of elders representing specific age classes during their tenure. Most Kikuyu people identify as Christians now, though traditional ceremonies still occur, and remnants of traditional practices do as well. In moments of dire need, such as the 1997 drought, some Kikuyu individuals still turn to pre-Christian traditions for aid, seeking assistance from the ancient god and ancestors when their Christian faith seemed insufficient. Traditionally, Kikuyu, deeply rooted in their spirituality, held beliefs of Ngai, which was the omnipotent creator god, and maintained reverence for their ancestors' enduring presence. Ancestor worship, central to their religious practices, underscores the spirituality connection and social values. It's not clear to me to what extent the blending of old and new beliefs continues today, but customs have not entirely faded. The concept of elderhood, for instance, may seem obsolete at first glance, but the Kikuyu have adapted rather than abandoned it. One could even say through church, this practice has transcended. Traditionally, the Kikuyu people were monotheistic, believing in a singular, all-powerful God whom they called Ngai. The term, though not the concept, originated from the Maasai word Nkai and was adopted by the Kikuyu and Kamba tribes. Ngai is also referred to as Mungu or Murungu or Mulungu, signifying supreme authority. Ngai is the creator and provider of all things, known as the divider of the universe and lord of nature. He birthed the human community, established the first Kikuyu settlements, and bestowed upon them the essentials for life, which would be land, rain, plants, and animals. Though invisible, Ngai's presence is felt in natural phenomena like the sun, moon, stars, thunder, lightning, and rainbow. Great fig trees served as sites for worship and sacrifice. notably marking the location where Kikuyu ancestors first settled. Ngai is depicted not as a distant deity, but as one with human attributes. Some believe he resides in the sky or the clouds, but descends to earth periodically to bless or punish. Mount Kenya and 4 other sacred peaks are his resting places, with thunder symbolizing his movement and lightning his divine power. The sacred mountains have long been revered as dwelling places for the gods and spirits, especially when they stand alone, like Mount Kenya. Their association with rain clouds and natural beauty contributes to the spiritual significance attributed to them. Located on the equator, commonly known as Mount Kenya, it is Africa's second highest peak after Mount Kilimanjaro. Its highest point, which is 17,058 feet, is often covered in snow and ice due to its high altitude. Geologically, the mountain formed from volcano activity millions of years ago, and it now features deep valleys radiating from its peaks. Mount Kenya's significance is highlighted in its continued snow cover, a fact that astonished European explorers in the 1800s. The mountain's name varies among different tribes. The Kikuyu have interpretations ranging from Mountain of Whiteness to Mountain of Brightness or Mountain of Light. Another interpretation suggests it was named after the black and white tail feathers of a male ostrich, resembling the snow and volcanic rocks. The name's connection to Ngai, meaning God or where God lives, further adds to its significance. Kirinyaga, as Ngai's abode, held sacred importance for the Kikuyu. During prayer, they faced to the mountain, echoing their ancestors, and lifted hands toward it during sacrifices. Traditionally, practices included building houses with entrances facing the mountain and burying the dead with heads pointed in its direction. Sacrifices were made in various occasions, especially during droughts, with sheep commonly chosen as offerings. While human sacrifices were rare, legends exist of such occurrences among related tribes. The sacrifices aimed to appease Ngai, or ancestors, for blessings like rain, victory in warfare, or disease eradication. They were also expressions of gratitude during weddings or initiations. The interaction between the people and Ngai underscored the belief that such rituals influence outcomes, emphasizing the dynamic relation between humans and the divine. The medicine man's role held significant influence in Kikuyu society. He was consulted for guidance, healing, and divination. Central to their practices was the divination gourd, or imwano, which contained medical herbs for healing. Transitioning from a hunter-gatherer society to cultivating society, the Kikuyu now engage in trade, agriculture, and many other modern industries. In the past, they would cultivate various crops and trade goods such as iron, pottery, and leather garments. The Kikuyu artisans also crafted tools, basket, pottery, and wooden utensils using traditional methods. Basketry, in particular, was a prominent economic activity among Kikuyu women. Traditionally, the Council of Elders, or Kiama, governed social, legal, and religious affairs within the community. This would ensure cohesiveness and order. Traditional ceremony attire, ceremonial headdresses, fly whisks, and symbolic shields showcase the rich cultural heritage of the Kikuyu. Music and dance played a vital role in Kikuyu culture, with instruments like drums, rattles, horns, and flutes accompanying traditional celebrations and rituals. Marriages among the Kikuyu were a communal affair, involving negotiations, exchange of gifts, elaborate ceremonies, and culminating in feast and festival. Historically, the Kikuyu have been at the forefront of Kenya's struggle for independence. They exhibited resilience against colonial occupation and advocated for socio-economic rights. Their pivotal role in the Mau Mau uprising against British rule and subsequent leadership in Kenya's journey to independence. Events throughout the country's history underscores their influence. Whether for good or bad, notable people were Jomo Kenyatta, a prominent Kikuyu figure, serving as Kenya's first prime minister and president. This would solidify the community's position as economic and political elite of independent Kenya. The Kikuyu people's rich cultural heritage, economic contributions, and political influences exemplify Kenya's vibrant diversity and collective history. As the nation progresses, the Kikuyu, alongside with other communities, continue to shape Kenya's future and trajectory. Please like, subscribe, make sure you turn on the bell notification. When you click the bell, make sure you click the top bell to get all my videos. Add me on all social medias, which is Africa Network. And until next time, peace to Kenya. One love.